Hi everybody, today is Tuesday 1/5/2016 and it's day 2 of your test review. You have a major test on Friday over looking for Pythagoras. So my first reminder for you tonight is about cubes. Cubes are three-dimensional figures like this one that have 6 faces. So they have a top and a bottom, and then they have 4 faces surrounding. To find the volume of a cube, you multiply the side times the side times the side. These numbers will always be the same if your three-dimensional figure is a cube. And the reason for that is because these sides are made up of squares. And so this will always be the same as this. And then this here will also be the same as that because, again, it's a square. So they'll all have the same length. Okay, so to find the side length, you're going to find the cube root of the volume. So if you knew the volume of this, how many fit inside of here, then you'd cube root that, which means find what number times itself 3 times is equal to that number. So here's the example. If I tell you that the side length of this is 3, to find the volume, you'll do 3 to the 3rd power, or 3 times 3 times 3, side times side times side, which is 27 units cubed. Okay, because you know that this is 27 units cubed, if you were finding the side length, you would undo what you just did. You'd do the reverse. So you'd find the cube root of 27. What number times itself is 3 times is equal to 27? Well, we already know that that's 3 from up above. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So the cube root of 27 is 3. I strongly recommend that you use a calculator when you're trying to find cube roots. Okay, now you're going to be doing some problems, 2 for 2a and for 2b, where you have to find the side length of a cube and the volume of a cube. My next reminder is about simplifying square roots. So to simplify a square root, you have to think about 2 types of problems, the super easy ones and the slightly harder ones. You can tell right away if it's an easy problem if you use your calculator. If you try to find the square root of 64, it's going to tell you right away the answer is 8. That's a whole number. There's no decimals, so you know for sure that 8 times 8 is 64, and it's a really easy problem. If you tried to do the square root of 12 on your calculator, well, I'm just estimating here. I don't have a calculator, but I know that 3 times 3 is 9 and 4 times 4 is 16. So it's about 3.4 or something like that. If you looked at the number 3.4, it's not a whole number like 8 was. It's a decimal number. So that tells me that I'm going to have to figure out a way to simplify it without my calculator, although my calculator can still help me. So I'm trying to think to myself, what's the biggest perfect square number? And you have perfect square numbers in your interactive math journal. I made you list them while we were practicing simplifying square roots, and you even have a page in here that shows you how to do this. And 4 is the biggest perfect square number that can divide evenly into 12, because 3 times 4 is equal to 12. Well, 4 is a perfect square, so you can simplify 4 by finding the square root of 4, and the square root of 4 is 2, so it comes to the outside, and the 3 stays inside. So in simplest radical form, the square root of 12 is equal to 2 times the square root of 3. Now you're going to do some problems where you have to evaluate 3a, 3b, 3c, and 3d. You may use your calculator if you must, but these are all on your required square root problems that you're supposed to know by heart, so try not to use your calculator. Okay, a reminder about simplifying cube roots. And cube root problems look like this. They have the 3 outside instead of being blank outside. And you're trying to find what number times itself is equal to 216 3 times. Well, 6 times 6 is 36, times 6 is equal to 216, so the cube root of 216 is 6. The side length of a square with a volume of 216 is also 6. Those things connect together. That's why we were doing them in that section. Now you're going to find 3E, 3F, and 3G, and you may use your calculator to help you. Okay, just a reminder, this might be some notation that you're not sure of. This means the opposite of the square root of 25. So what you do is you find the square root of 25, which is 5, and then you just do the opposite of 5, which is negative 5. So the opposite of the square root of 25 is negative 5. Now you're going to do 4A, 4B, 4C, 4D, 4E, 4F. On these, please don't give me decimal answers. I want them in simplest radical form. On these, you may absolutely use your calculator and round them to the nearest tenths. Okay, you are done with your homework in day 2 of studying. If there was anything you had troubles with, I recommend that you go back over it so that you're ready for your test on Friday.